Hello, my name is Makia Epie, a son of that man whom I call a great man. He was a Bafaw chief, descendant of the line of chiefs that founded the village of Kurume. What I know about my tribe, the Bafaw tribe, which you find in Meme division or Meme in the southwest province of Cameroon, I learned from that man, and I will dwell on him a little bit. This was a self-educated man who read, wrote German, wrote English, the Queen's English, wrote Douala, which is as semi-national as you can find in a language in Cameroon. He spoke and he wrote in Bafaw. He spoke Bakosi and the Bakundu dialects along Manfe Road. In short, he was a brilliant man. And he did not only read and write these languages, he wrote and left the history of Bafaw in books. I remember as a kid, the cupboards were always filling up with books that he was writing whenever visitors came, whether they were German, English, or other traditional chiefs. Whatever conversations they had, that man stayed up all night writing it down, and I became a beneficiary of some of those books. And I am sorry to say, most of them, after I had left Cameroon as a teenager for the United States, most of them were very, very convenient as toilet roll, and so half of them disappeared. Some I have, I will need somebody to translate them for me, and so I have them locked up. Those that I have been able to receive explanation from, which are mostly in the Douala language, I have them and they will be released in due course. There is a big conflict in my tribe right now between what is culture and Christianity. It depresses me when I read from my sisters and brothers denouncing the practice of our culture whenever we have a celebration or a get-together. And they do this on a merely Christian reason. I am a Christian. He followed the Presbyterian doctrine to a T, baptized on the 8th day with a godmother and a godfather. And I have been Presbyterian since then. I am also somebody who thinks that today, tomorrow, to the end of the world, our culture, which is the history of who we are as Bafaw people, from the beginning to the end of the world, should be preserved. Some of the practices we had will make you uncomfortable. I agree with that. But that does not mean that I should impose my Christian doctrine on the rest of the tribe, that they can only practice that which is acceptable to Christianity. When I say practice, I'm not saying that, for example, what we call a lebala, which is a cultural thing that we do, there's some secrecy in this, that when we have a cultural day, these things should not be performed. I am not asking you, or is anybody in the tribe asking anyone else or forcing anyone else to join those secret societies. I do not belong to the secret society, but I love watching my elders and my younger brothers and sisters perform this whenever we have a cultural day. Next week, from Wednesday, today is the 15th of April 2016. Next week, Wednesday, there's going to be a cultural meeting of the Bafaw people in Kumba. And I have been reading, it did not start today, it started about 3 years ago, that some Christian leaders are denouncing the performance of youth during this cultural day, demonstrating what is our history. We call it Munyaka. So that Munyaka, the history, is intended to show the younger generation and even some older persons what our culture used to be like. It is not an initiation event. So I, as a Christian, I am not bothered by that. I live in the United States and I live in Cameroon. About half the time in Cameroon, half the time in America. And I have been very fortunate that when I came here as a teenager, which has been many years ago, because of my volunteer spirit, I was able to become very, very political, and in that politics, I have seen the highest echelons of government here in the States, and I've seen the worst of humanity here in the States. I have been threatened by people to get off their porches when I was campaigning or I'll be killed. And in my professional life, I have people I have sent to prison who have told me they will kill me when they get out. That's life. It's part of the American thread. It happens. But I am so very grateful to have the experience here in the US in which there is no national church. Otherwise, I could have been forced to join Mr. Jim Blow's church and live my life according to his Christian beliefs or whatever beliefs they are. They may be satanic, I don't know. There is that independence for me to be able to observe what other churches do and leave it alone and practice my Presbyterian church doctrine. So I'm asking my brothers and sisters in the Bafaw land, let's not even attempt to impose our own religion on the tribe. Not every Bafaw man is a Christian. We have Christians, we have Jews, we have Muslims, we have atheists, and we have those who are wizards, practice witchcraft. That is for them and their God. If you're a Christian, you should accept that. Christ did not force anyone to follow him. He did not. So if you are a Christian, what makes you think you have that authority to impose your Christian belief on the whole tribe? Come on, let's relax. There are kids now practicing to perform what they know of the Bafaw culture on that day. I was so elated during the cultural activities in December last year in Kumba, although I was equally embarrassed because only 3 chiefs out of the 10 tribes did participate in that program in their own capital, Kumba. Mfon Victor Mokete, Mfon Esteme of Kokobuma, Mfon Epia of Kurume. These were the only persons I saw there. I was there every day. So you chiefs who want to impose your beliefs on the tribe, first of all, when you have festivities in your area, and Kumba being the capital of the Bafaw tribe, please come on out and participate and promote it. Otherwise, why are you a chief? Just to have the title for the rest of your life until you die? No. You have to perform those duties. I'm wishing all of you a great cultural event next week. Wish I could be there with you in spirit. I am wearing this to demonstrate something. Many years ago, only wizards and witches, where women did not, was something different, would wear this. But today, you have chiefs and everybody else who wear this to church. It has not diminished them in any way. It has not taken away from their being Christians. So why are we getting so uptight? I do understand. Christ himself said that his name will bring division amongst people, and it is bringing it. But please, let's try to be understanding, especially for those of you out there in the diaspora who are inciting this separation back home. Please cut it out. Let's have a great Bafaw. Let the strangers who come and visit see who the Bafaw are and who the Bafaw were. I know personal stories that were told to me by my dad. The first paramount chief of the Bafaw tribe from Ukete was a very good friend and a counselor to my father. He often visited the house, and I was fortunate to be able to sit on my dad's lap and hear these guys talk. This is a guy who first accepted Christianity in the Bafaw tribe and encouraged the other chiefs and the other villagers to join the Bafaw, the Christian faith, and that's how most of them became Presbyterians. I heard when they were conversing about how they used to do things and laugh about it, and my father wrote these things down. Some of them I am not going to say because they turned my stomach. We were not always nice. We killed each other. Our brothers, we fought with our brothers, the Bakosi people, and we killed them, and they killed some of us. For what? Because of this division about accepting Christianity. Let's not propagate this, okay? Your faith and your religion and your path to God belongs to you alone. You cannot force me. You cannot take me with you there. Please, lie down on your bed, be silent, and communicate with him in your own way. And leave me alone to communicate with him in my own way. I love you all. Happy Boom 2016 and good luck. Oh, I miss my dad and my mom. Sometimes you wish some great people could last forever, but they cannot. So for all the chiefs, come on, prepare your villages for when you leave. Prepare them so they know what the progression of or the hierarchy of the chieftains can be. Let's not wait until you die and then we have confusion about it. Talk about things like that. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.